afternoon. Welcome to Bannockburn's home ground of Victoria Park for round 8 of Geelong Football League this afternoon between Bannockburn and Eastern Suburbs. And it's a fantastic game this afternoon. Bannockburn, who had a 50-point win against Geelong West last weekend, and they're currently sitting in second position, 5 wins, 2 losses. Eastern Suburbs, 5 wins and 2 losses, also in third position, so it should be a fantastic clash this afternoon. And as we welcome you to a sunny Victoria Park this afternoon, we welcome you. He's back, the man. He's had a couple of weeks of bad, and he's back. Rain.
To be back, Jason, out here at the Bannockburn Victoria Park Oval. And I tell you what, I'm pretty excited about it, Jason, because today there's, 4 players on this ground in the top 7 goal kickers of the competition. Just quickly for our listeners, Eastern Suburbs, Brett Loudon and Sean O'Leary kicked 52 goals between them. For Bannockburn, Shane Andrews and Ron Pilgrim have kicked 50 between them. They're all out on the ground today. Conditions perfect. I think you'll see an avalanche of goals being kicked here this afternoon at Victoria Park.
We certainly should, Ron, and we see Ashley Perkins line up on the danger man left at centre half back. Umpire Grapsis holds the ball at the start of the first term at Bannockburn this afternoon, and Lucas King goes up with it, who gets it down towards Intervong. O'Leary stands in the attack, gets it away back to Intervong, partly smothered. Marcus in there also. Pack develops. The umpire will come in and bounce the ball. And I've gone for Bannockburn just by a goal or so on. Who are you picking?
Yeah, I think probably the home ground advantage will suit Bannockburn being here at the Victoria Park. But because you've gone for Bannockburn, I can't agree with it, Jason. I've got to go with Eastern Suburbs by 3 points. Ronnie Drew, who is the team manager for the Eastern Suburbs club, has blackmailed me into saying it. Well, that's what he reckons the victory will be. 3 points.
Well, there's Loughton, gets it off to Marcus, and O'Leary was the front of the pack against Dalla. Can't take the mark, then ripped off the footy. Was he held on? Yes, he was.
Yeah, a little bit long on that occasion, and against the big centre-half back. Thought initially the ball did go. The umpire did let proceedings go, but the big centre-half back, Ashley Perkins, didn't let go. Dragged him to the ground, and an opportunity here. Sean O'Leary, the spear. It's a lovely drop punt from 50, but he's hooked it to the left, and I won't repeat what he just said, but he wasn't happy, and it's offline. The first score of proceedings here this afternoon on the Promoted Sports Clothing scoreboard. We've got Eastern Suburbs 1 point. Bannockburn yet to score. 2 minutes gone to the first quarter.
Delahunt kicks into the commentary box side. Marcus going to chop it off, but in there also Corrigan. He can handle it backwards to Matty Pilgrim. The helmeted one in the back pocket. Gets it over the top to Lucas King, and he's going to be able to go with the left foot from half back. Paul kick off the boot. Clinton Shaw a couple against him. Stefanowski and also Sheridan, but he taps it out to Flanagan. Bit of to Chops Connors, gets it to him and goes towards centre half forward. Pilgrim gets a hand to it, can't take the mark. Bailey's got the job on him. The 2 number 16 Sheridan, handball to Evans running off the back flank and gets his kick away towards centre half forward. Loughton works Perkins under the ball, takes a good mark at 50.
Great disposal from midfield there, and what great judgment was shown by Brett Loudon. Now, he's a beautiful kick of the football, Jason.
He is.
He's going to be kicking from 55, and I'd say he's got a real show. Conditions, as I mentioned earlier, absolutely perfect. The sun's shining and there is no wind, believe it or not. This time he's just got to the side of the boot. All opportunity there for the Suburbs, and the goal square was Murray Mocker Stevenson. Couldn't complete the mark. It's off his hands and has gone through for a minor score. Ball brought back into play. Opportunity here. We see Connors go out wide there. Good work to the Chicken Hawk. He races clear the vice captain, Paul Wentworth. Goes to half forward. Looks for rotten Ronnie Pilgrim. He can't control it. Good work there from O'Leary. I think you'll find that was Michael. Kicks it up to half forward and finds a... Don't tell me that's Loughton again. It is Brent Loughton. His third possession in as many minutes. A lovely drop punt, a penetrating one, but I think Brett may have been a bit late last night because he's hit the chest of Alistair Broad in between centre half back and full back. Broady brings it across to the members' side. Looks to the helmeted one, Matty Pilgrim. Good to see him back on the Bannockburn side. Kicks up there looking for the 69 Guernsey, and it's Troy the Boy Colliger. Matthews tries to keep it in play, but he can't. It's out of bounds, right in front of the commentary position here at Victoria Park.
It's like he's
Jason Doherty, take it away.
It's like he's never been away, Fano. Like he's never been away. And Fano's picking Eastern Suburbs by 3 goals this afternoon.
3 goals.
18 points. So it's a boundary throw in. In between wing and half forward, members side. Fourth boundary thrown in the end. Flanagan ripped off the footy by Sheridan, and he and Collier see it over the boundary line. And you wouldn't have seen Sheridan play this year, would you, Ron?
No, and I do congratulate Adam Sheridan. Not only is just an individual, he's a lovely bloke. Good to see him playing GDFL football. Saw the light at last.
Reuter up early, gets a double-handed award. Sheridan. Clint Shaw's there also. Kick off the ground. Going to be a free kick picked out by umpire Grapsis. Going to go to Eastern Suburbs. And Inthavong at half-back. Little Kiel will be able to push it forward towards centre wing. Goes towards Marcus. It's over his head out and works the front against Perkins. Good roving off the side of the pack. Collier. Quick hands to Matty Pilgrim. Gets a short little kick away through Reuter's hands. King, his direct opponent, leaves it for Inthavong. And then he's wrapped up. The footy's over the boundary line. And it's right next to the interchange position.
Good to see Keo Inthavong come down in numbers as well, wearing the number 3 Guernsey. Obviously, the club think a lot of him, and actually I do too. Stood his ground there, the youngster, and did well. The ball, Inthavong again at ground level, loves to commit his body, and what a very nice physique he has for a youngster.
The former coach Mick Thompson too, so obviously highly regarded at the club because Mick was a great player for the club. So Keo's got it now. Comes out the back to another great player for the club, O'Leary. Gets a good left foot kick away towards half forward. Punched away well by Delahunt. Goes towards the front of the pack. And there's Mickey O again, but only as far as Wayne College this time. Slick handball to Lucas King. And a poor kick off the boot by him again. Chopped off by Buckingham. He's going straight towards Camerotto. Kick off the ground by Winter. Goes towards Roworth, who breaks away from Alfie. And Roworth inside 50. Goes with the right boot towards Pilgrim.
Put down your glasses, as Jack Dyer would say. Oh, it's done a right-hand turn. Shane Warne, eat your heart out. I thought it was through the middle for the 6-pointer. And I think a lot of people at the ground did as well. But the ball stood on its end, Jason.
He hasn't changed, has he? He's still overstating things. You'd never call calls like that, Ronnie. Come on, you should know better than that. Kick comes out from full-back. Goes towards Perkins. Matty Pilgrim's there also. Connors comes in late, and the umpire will bounce the ball on centre wing. So it's a behind to Darren Roth. One behind Bannockburn. Eastern Suburbs, 2 behinds. Ball up. Reuter goes up early. Gets it down. Stefanowski's there also. Gets a second tap. Winner gets a third. Comes out towards Connors. He's on his left side in handball. He does to Wayne College running through the middle. Right foot kick. Just partly smothered. Hill got the big job on Andrews this afternoon. Now Wayne College follows it up again. Kick around his shoulder. Goes towards Harding. Can't take the mark. Delmonic is going to be able to butter up. Gets away from one. Then a handball towards Hill and also Stefanowski. Kick off the ground. Connors gets it quickly to King. He's going to get wrapped up by Buckingham. And it's still inside 54. For the Bannockburn side. Great smother by Connors. He's got a bit of help too from Wayne College. Goes towards Pilgrim. Ronnie, break a couple. Kick over his shoulder. Goal.
That's how you do it, fellas. He said to the young fellas, and he stuck it up the fingers into the air. What a great goal.
For a behind.
Well, it looked pretty good from here. I got excited. See the way he moved it too, Ronnie Pilgrim. Like
Shrugs
a gazelle.
Shrugs tackles. Like a gazelle. You'd like to hear that. Like a gazelle. Well, he's missed. It's 2 behinds apiece. Kick in. Beautiful by Sheridan to the middle of the ground. You expect that from him after seeing him on a number of occasions this season. Rowell breaks a tackle. And he's pushed off. Reuter tries to get to the advantage of O'Leary. Flanagan. Short little toe pokes okay towards Winter. He can't pick it up. And he's ripped off the footy, though, by his opposite number, Adam Sheridan. And it will be a free kick to the coach of Bannockburn, Stephen Winter. And he'll shoot for goal from 45 metres out directly in front. As Ronnie said earlier, not a breath of wind out here. Great day for footy.
Can't get over the change of appearance. Having seen Adam Sheridan play in St Mary's Guernsey, he looks a completely different athlete, doesn't he?
He's a big boy. Winter, can he put the first goal on the board? Yes, he can.
Great goal.
So that's Bannockburn's first. They're 1-2-8 and they lead Eastern Suburbs. So 2 behinds.
Well, hope you're enjoying the call on 94.9 Guest FM. Ronnie Bryant, Jason Doherty, Noel Fanning bringing the action. And I've got to tell you some lovely shots here too from Noel Fanning, our cameraman, director this afternoon. And I've got to send a special cheerio there to Timmy Hickleton. And of course the lovely Vicky down at the Railway Hotel at Bannockburn, supporting GDFL football in 98.
I'm sure they're enjoying the afternoon across at the Railway. You might call in for one later on after the game where you're on.
I'm sure I will, Chase.
Back in the middle. Reuter and King. Corrigan and Reuter there again. Second effort by the ruckman. Colliger, that's Wayne, who's seen plenty of the footy. Gives it to Winner, the last goal scorer. Gets it over the top to Troy Colliger. He can't pick it up though. Now he can at the second attempt. He's wrapped up. Gets the footy away. Pilgrim, that's Matty off the ground. Delamonica leads Roweth in the race for the footy and gets the right foot kick towards half forward. Now a foot race. Wentworth and Irving. Wentworth gets there first but loses the footy. And the Chicken Hawk and the youngster see it over the boundary line.
Well, the promoted Trophy and Clothing Company, David and Pam Glover, time clock here this afternoon show us that it's 10.5 minutes gone to the first quarter and scoreboard of 8 plays 2. Bannockburn leading in GDFL match of the day here this afternoon. Ball on the outer side of the ground, right half forward flank, Suburbs into attack. And as we open this marvellous match day program to the back page, we can see that Bannockburn and Eastern Suburbs have 5-2 win-loss ratio.
The ball still on the outer side, half-back flank for Wentworth, and Bannockburn goes towards Camerado, dodges left, then goes right. Big right foot kick towards full forward. Stevenson there, one hand, roved off the pack beautifully though, and Perkins is going to be able to break away, kick it towards the half-back flank member side. Corrigan to run onto it. Marcus, he kicks off the ground. Marcus with pressure. Flanagan's there in support for Bannockburn. It's 2-on-1. If Richie can keep it in, he can't do so. And the under-18 coach here at Bannockburn this year, Richie Corrigan, sees it over the boundary line for a throw-in at half forward for the Eagles.
Well, the Eagles at the minute, they've had a fair bit of the football up forward, but just can't convert and find the big sticks here at Victoria Park, Bannockburn. Opportunity here with some courage was Buckingham, committed his body, copped the high tackle there from Troy Colliger, and he will receive the free kick from umpire Jonathan Grapsis, and an interesting haircut from Mark Buckingham here. There is some left on his head, but not very much.
So Buckingham from the wing goes towards Loughton, chopped off though by Connors as well. Breaks away also, runs away from the big man, goes towards centre half forward. Pilgrim pushes Bailey away. There he goes, Ronnie outside 50, measures the pass. Andrews can't take it. Hill on hands and knees. Handball to Evans running off the back pocket line. Goes towards Delamonica and also Rick Harding. It's out of bounds now. And the boundary umpire does blow the whistle. Sooner or later, he'll get around there next Tuesday with a bus pass.
Good shot of the crowd there on screen too. Just enjoying a cold cleansing Foster's lager. We'll have to send them the bill.
Reuter, big thump away. Flanagan, hold against Eastern Suburbs. Is going to go to Bannockburn and Lucas King, who... Do you remember that name from somewhere? I'll test your memory here. He used to play in the GDFL.
Yeah, I do. Not a worry.
Well done. You haven't lost it completely, Ronald.
No.
Used to play at Mottawarri, that's right.
Yeah.
And he's come across to Bannockburn this year, playing in the ruck, and one of the awkward quick kicking styles in the game, but I don't think it's really going to matter because he's put it through.
I tell you what, it's very unusual. And look at the goal umpire there too. He's growing a beard, I reckon, that goal umpire there.
Well,
he should have had a shave. I'm not sure what he's done, but I tell you what, he was very effective getting there to the pitch of the football, watching it sail over his tit for tat, as our managing director would say.
Managing director?
Yes. 6-pointer, Bannockburn, 2-2-14, Eastern Suburbs, 2 points. Promoted Sports Clothing, first quarter scoreboard. Time check shows 14 minutes gone. 14 gone in the first quarter. Quick kick out of the centre from Buckingham. Well marked there, though, by the Chicken Hawk, Paul Wentworth. The VC goes to Nappies, Colliger. Lovely footy. Good vision there to the run of Stevie Witter, the captain coach. On the left foot, breaks through the centre of the ground. Pilgrim mops up, but he didn't put enough water in the bucket. He's missed it from about 30 metres. And has missed a very simple shot.
Water in the bucket. That's a new one. I haven't heard that one before. Very good. Evans, short kick. Oh, he puts Bailey under pressure. But he's going to have him to support. Hill just breaks away from halfback with a kick. Sheridan in front, can't take it. Winner against him. Flanagan on hands and knees. And he's held up, holding the ball, says the umpire. Going to be a free kick to the Eagles. And going to go to Adam Sheridan. Just on the defensive side of centre wing, outer side, goes on the left on this occasion. Oh, good kick to centre half forward. Marcus and Loughton go up. Corrigan from behind. Rovers needed. One of them serving. Can get it towards Camerado, who just pushes Delahan off the foot. Gets onto the left. The big banana. Can he banana it around? I think he might have.
Yeah, that was great play.
That
Great
was
use of the
fantastic
body.
play.
And just goes to show you, Jason, that when you can move the ball quickly,
Yep.
and it was set up there by Adam Sheridan at half-back with a lovely 60-metre drop punt to the teeth of the centre-half forward position, creates an opportunity for the runners. They respond, and a lovely goal there by the banana bender himself, Paul Camerotto. He's kicked the Eastern Suburbs' first 6-pointer here this afternoon. They move now to 1-2-8. They trail Bannockburn 2-2-14. Promoted sports clothing. It's a bit of a mouthful, that one. Scoreboard in this first quarter. And the term, 15 and a half minutes gone. And I'm getting rather warm up here in the box, Jason.
It's getting a bit warm, isn't it? The sun's on the back. It's a bit warm. Yeah. But it's a great game.
Top game.
Should be an interesting game of football this afternoon. Tap out by Reuter towards Flanagan. Could have handballed. Got the left foot kick away. Pilgrim misses it. Bailey, his opposite number, doesn't. And he gets the kick away to centre wing. Running back with the flight of the footy and taking a good mark was Troy Sheehan. Plays on quickly. Goes towards half forward. And standing his ground. Can't take it there as Prazelchek. Which for Ronnie would probably be better if you called him by his nickname, Fish.
The Fish.
Prazelchek. Or Prazelek. Prazelek. You like that better, do you? Prazelek? All right, yes. Prazelek.
Love a leg.
Boundary throw in. Reuter gets the handball away. Slung as he got it towards the boundary line. Kick out of the pack. Goes towards the centre wing. Delamonica leads Pilgrim in the race of the footy. Got a bit of support from Sheehan as well. Gets his kick further afield, but it was out of bounds. No, it was a free kick picked out by the central umpire. And
yeah,
we'll
high tackle on young Sheehan, and he's been very busy in this last 2 minutes of play. It's about his 4th touch, and young Troy Sheehan, I think you'll find that that's Connie's son, isn't it?
No. Simon's his son.
Okay.
Troy's actually nephew of Mike, Herald Sun Guru and Channel 7 Guru. There you go. Small world, isn't it?
Celebrity.
Not as big as you, Ronnie. Boundary throw in inside 50. And Prazelek gets it down towards Broad now and Stevenson. Shepherd's Broad for Perkins, who,
good work, Broady.
And got a free kick.
Advantage should be paid. Perkins played on, and umpire nearly let him go, but decided no, he'll go back to Broad. Takes the ball back to whence the incident occurred, sort of midway between centre-half back and full-back. Plays onto the flank, finds the Chicken Hawk, whose kick hugs the boundary line, but picks out a teammate, and it could be King. The big ruckman punts up the centre wing. Oh, high flyer! Clinton Shaw. Beautiful footy. Comes out and takes a lovely mark. Right in the centre of the Bannockburn Victoria Park. Up there to full centre-half forward coming out. The drainer takes a fine grab. Shane Andrews. Good to see him back in the black and gold colours. The drainer, a left foot, penetrating drop, punt. This time they couldn't find the target. Going back, good commitment was, I think you'll find, it was Mick O'Leary.
Yep.
Playing a defensive role this afternoon.
Oh, he go to the coach too, Sheridan, but he was good enough to get away from Pilgrim. Take a bounce, take 2. He's at centre half back now. Take 3. Couple come at him. He gets around. He's going. Bounce number 4. He's in the centre now. He should be able to push it towards centre half forward. He does Loughton from behind. Perkins in front. Rove beautifully. Delahan off the front of the pack. Taps it on the ground once. Relieve the pressure for the Tigers. Goes to the outer side, Sheehan, and also Roweth. Roweth got a bit of toe. He gets away from Sheehan. Handball over the top to the Chicken Hawk. Good running from Wentworth from half back. He's on centre wing. Takes a bounce. Goes on the left boot towards half forward. Nobody there though for the Tigers and also for the Eagles. It's open spaces. Evans gets back there in time to get it towards Hill. Handball over the top towards Reuter and Sheridan. They both sit and wait for it. Sheridan breaks away onto the left and goes towards centre wing with a great kick. Now Prazelek and also Delahunt. We see Camerotto limping off in front of us as well, which is not good for the Eagles, but Delahunt will take the free kick at half-back for the Tigers. Oh, sets it up, and in front O'Leary takes the mark. That's Michael. And Michael O'Leary on centre wing on the other side. Drives it back in towards centre half forward to brother Sean over the head of him and also Winter. Goes towards Perkins. He picks it up. Gets a Shepherd. Handball to Winter again. Little left foot kick across the ground. O'Leary again against Wentworth. And Wentworth does well to push it away from O'Leary there and see it out of bounds at half forward for the Eagles.
Been very busy, Paul Wentworth, the Chicken Hawk for the Bannockburn side. A great quarter of football from him. Ball now out of sight of the ground. Half forward flank. Eagles into attack. The Tigers, they're working hard in defence. Loose ball sees O'Leary unable to get a handle on the footy. And again, we'll see a throw in on that outer side of the ground, about 75, 80 metres now from the Eastern Suburbs Eagles goal. Good work there, good use of the body for the big ruckman there in Andy Reuter. Got it to a team ground level who punts it up. Oh, lovely grab, Nathan Rose. Stood his ground well. Takes a fine grab in the back pocket.
Goes towards centre half, back 2 against 1. College. It does well to stand his ground, but he loses out in the end. But Buckingham for Sean O'Leary goes short. Good pass. And Preselec's taken it.
Needs to convert this one, Richard Preselec, because had he made one more mistake, I'd suggest he'd have been off the ground. I think you'll find the big fella hasn't been crumbing as much or tipping in as much as he should. The Suburbs have done a fair bit of attacking. They're still trailing at the moment by 6 points. Opportunity to level scoreboard here. Drop punt. It's a nice looking kick, but it won't quite gather the term it was required. The big leap there was Nathan Rose. Got a handle on the footy, and it's been rushed through for a minor score. Off the brood of Richard Preselec. And I think today, Jason, is a day for the runners, and I'll be interested to see whether they persist with Preselec up there in the pocket for the Suburbs.
Well, Rose got the ball from Delahunt at full back in the back pocket, but kicked it straight to Sheridan on the centre wing position. So he'll be able to drive this deep into attack. He goes for the torpedo, in fact. It's a wobbly sort of torpedo, but still carries 75 metres, goes over the back of the pack, and only through for 1 behind to Sheridan. He's kicked a point from the wing.
Yeah, not real positive footy there, I'm afraid, from the coach. Had it gone through, yeah, but he didn't, and he sort of backed himself, but probably unnecessarily, as Troy Colliger just tries to unsettle Adam Sheridan behind the play. But he's a bit big for you, I'd suggest, Nappies. He'll tie you all up as the ball has now been kicked out of there at full back by Stevie Delahunt to the outer side of the ground. Bannockburn with numbers. Good to see Wayne Colliger back in the side too. He's picked it up nicely. Had a bounce. Goes through centre wing. The drop punt, not a good one. In front there, though, of Clinton Shaw, who runs onto the ball. Hotly pressed by Stefanovski. Feeds off the hand pass. Oh, left foot kick there was trying to pick him up. Can't do so. Kicks it up to the direction of Ronnie Pilgrim. But that man Sheridan again has the football on a string. Oh, Corrigan up high. Centre of the ground. Couldn't hold the footy. Support there was from Roworth. There's been a push, and I think Richie Corrigan got that A for effort, and will get the free kick right in the heart of Victoria Park here at Bannockburn.
Played well for the free kick there, Corrigan, and got it. So now just inside the centre square at half-back. He's got Harding out wide. He goes short to Wayne Colliger, and he takes the mark. Just still the defensive side of the centre. He's got Harding still on the half-forward flank with nobody home. He goes in that direction now. Loughton getting back there in front. Goes up. Harding gets a hand to it. Flanagan can rove. Intervong there also. Flanagan does well. Tries to tap the advantage of Connors. Harding also runs through the pack without the footy. Comes out the back towards King. Just inside 50 for the Tigers. Scrappy sort of play. Coming away. Winter. Oh, dragged down. Dropping the footy. No free kick. Reuter be able to butter up for the Eagles and goes wide. Foot race now. Getting across there. Delahunt. Which way is it going to bounce? Out of bounds. That's the way it is.
Great tackle, Adam Sheridan.
And it's going to be a boundary throw-in. He's done a few nice things. Should have been a free kick for dropping the footy. Zachary. Managing director Noel Fanning saying it should have been a free kick. We all agree.
Very busy boy, our managing director. He's cameraman. Special comments. Commentator extraordinary.
I think he might be listening to another game too.
No wonder you get tired, son.
Ball has gone 20 metres to the eastern suburb side of centre wing.
It's a nice shot of the grass then, no?
And we'll have another ball up. So it's 2-2 playing 1-4. Bannockburn by 4 points at the late stage of this first term. Rose gets a good kick away towards half forward. Oh, good kick. And Roworth takes a good mark against Delamonica there. David Cook's favourite eastern suburbs player, Alfie Delamonica. Now Roworth centres the footy. Flanagan with the sit behind. Evans in front. Falls to the back. Stefanovski, good old Jacko, ever reliable. Goes out to wide towards Sheehan, who stands his ground, does well, and can break away. Gets a good shepherd from Reuter. Back in board towards the centre. Corrigan. Oh, nearly could have run off there against Marcus. Took a mark. At centre half back, and we'll play on now. Kick it towards grandstand side. Members side looking for Troy Colliger. Buckingham got the job on him this afternoon. Been in great form, Nappies. But Buckingham on this occasion wins out. Can go short towards Shorty Peters on centre wing. Waits for a little handball. Nobody was coming past. He goes back now to short man. The Ivan Tanzing medalist from last year. League best and fairest in the reserves. That's play on now, so he gets around the chicken hawk Shorty and runs away from centre wing, goes long towards centre half forward. Loughton with the sit, can't take the mark, can he? Yes, he can at the third attempt. And eyes only for the ball, Brent Loughton, and will shoot from 45 metres out.
Lovely grab, and I think that's the secret of this great game of ours, Jason. And you hit it on the head. Eyes for the ball.
That's right.
And Brenton Loughton, for all you youngsters here this afternoon, that was a prime example of keeping your eyes on the footy. And his third attempt, a spectacular mark at half forward. And the Suburbs spearhead. He's kicked about 30, let's have a look, 5 goals for the season. I think you'll find he has hooked it slightly, just to the right side of the big stick. And Brent Loughton has kicked his second point of the afternoon, moving the Suburbs on to 1 goal 5-11, trailing Bannockburn 2-2-14 on the promoted Sports Clothing first quarter scoreboard. Time check shows 25 and a half minutes gone of this first quarter, and a crackerjack game of football, round 8 GDFL for the Bannockburn Eastern Suburbs clash, as we see the ball brought back in a lovely kick by Perkins to the outer side of the ground for the Bannockburn side, off hands, and it's now out of bounds on the right half back flank for the Tigers. King and Reuter do battle. King recovers well. His second effort was terrific. He kicked off the carpet, intercepted there by Connors, who's been busy. Loose ball sees now Sheridan go one way then the other. Plenty of time to use it. Bailey was good. Ran through a big spiral torpedo up there to the high flyers. In front, good commitment again. Loughton knocked away from him. Working hard there was Sheehan. Could have been infringed with, but no, said the umpire. Smother, terrific. Chicken Hawk, the defender, the Dow defender for the Bannockburn side, clears the ball to the outer side of the ground. Again, finds the boundary line on that outer side centre wing for a throw-in, and scoreboard tells the story. Pretty tight encounter here for the round 8 match of the day clash at Victoria Park, Bannockburn. 3 points to margin, Bannockburn in front.
Harding got it down towards Ronnie Pilgrim. Got the handball over to Roweth. Kick off the ground. Hill leads Andrews in the race for the footy from fullback. Gets a handball away. Chopped off by Roweth. Going forward towards Delamonica. And Elfie's going to be able to break away. Kicks to the wide open spaces. Evans leads Flanagan in the race for the footy. Which way is it going to bounce? Buckingham comes over in support. Evans. Good handball too to Buckingham. Just set him up nicely. Got a bit of time now. In the middle, goes towards centre half forward again. Loughton and Perkins. Perkins uses the body, gets a hand to it. Prezalek gets it back to Loughton, goes on the left hand towards Peters. Shorty, can he finish it off? The short man. He can. Good kick, Shorty. David Peters.
Shorty is pretty happy about that. And I tell you what, he's looking a picture. He's looking pretty fit, is the short. Loves to jump as well. And Dave Peters, a very nice goal from the Eastern Suburb resting rover. And puts the Suburbs in front for the first time this afternoon.
They're 2-5-17 and they lead Bannockburn 2-2-14 and had the majority of play probably Eastern Suburbs. So now lead by 3 points.
King and Reuter about to do a battle again for, let's have a look, the 6th ball up of the afternoon. In the centre of Victoria Park, Bannockburn, the home of the Tiger. Good tap, Reuter. Harding, did he cop one a bit high? I think he did. And Rick Harding now takes the free kick for the Tigers. Goes to half forward. Oh, Corrigan running down from half back. Flight of the ball. Takes a great mark. In between centre wing and half forward now. Looks to the corridor. Over the back of the pack, though, City waiting patiently. Pretty impressive, too, is Mark Buckingham. It's about possession number 8 for the quarter. Goes out wide. Looking there for a Preslek. Good knock away there from Rose. Supported ground level. That was Matty Pilgrim. Didn't matter. In front was Flanagan. Took the mark. The penalty free kick was relayed down the ground. He played on quickly looking for Winter. He couldn't hold the footy. And the Suburbs relieved well there at half back.
It was Elfie.
Alfie Delamonica. Fancy not picking Alfie up. He's got the long sleeves on. The left leg bandaged. She's like, well...
Like he's been to war.
Has been, I suggest.
Boundary throwing. Flanagan in front. Stefanovski in front also. The Jacko gets a right foot kick around the corner towards Intervon. Good mark. Strong mark against Corrigan. Gives it off to Irving quickly. Goes on the left boot. Tumbling punt towards half forward. Over the head of Peters and Wentworth. And the Chicken Hawk sees it over for a throw in at half forward for the Eagles.
Couple of players with long sleeves on here this afternoon. Jason.
Yep, Corrigan.
Corrigan is one, yeah. Matty Pilgrim another.
Winter. Stormy, Rick Harding.
Yeah. Shane Bailey.
Elfie.
Shane Bailey.
Anybody think we're playing in 10 degrees? Beautiful day for footy.
Certainly is.
King and Marcus. King in front, gets it down to the front. O'Leary and also Connors. And they see it over the boundary line.
Been very good, Kevin Connors, in this first quarter for Bannockburn. A lot of hard work at half-back and midfield for the Tigers here this afternoon, and continues to do so. Good shot there of Nappy's Colleger on screen as Reuter, and King do battle. Reuter does well, but at ground level Flanagan tumbles a punt to centre wing. The ball sits pretty unkindly there for Jacko, but he got a fist away there for the Suburbs. Loose ball now sees an opportunity here, working hard for the Suburbs, who's Danny Irving. Likewise was Richie Corrigan. Umpire suggests he'll have a bounce down, and that looks like Jonathan Grapsis it is. And he'll bounce down member side centre wing. Pretty close to siren time. We've been going 31 minutes of the first quarter, and the accurate one has done it again. Siren sounds to terminate the first quarter. The Promoted Sports Clothing first quarter scoreboard. And we see that Eastern Suburbs go in with a 3-point advantage here at Victoria Park, the home of the Bannockburn Tigers. Suburbs 2-5-17, lead Bannockburn 2-2-14 in a crackerjack first quarter of football here this afternoon. Jason Doherty, goal kickers and your better players for the first quarter.
Well, for the Tigers, the goal kickers, Stephen Winter, their coach, and Lucas King are one each, and singles to Camarotto and Peters for the Eagles. Well, obviously, for the Eagles, the standouts were probably Adam Sheridan and Andy Hill. I thought did pretty well in the back line. And obviously, Loughton at centre half forward was very creative, took some great marks in front, as you've got to be at centre half forward. And Camarotto going off with an injury is a bit of a problem.
Could have strained an ankle. Ground is
he has had an Achilles problem, so that may have flared again, unfortunately. For Bannockburn, obviously, Connors has been good, as has Winter, and Alistair Broad across half-back has been good, and Ronnie Pilgrim just seems to get a number of touches that he needs to.
Don't forget the chicken hook in defence. Paul Wentworth, the VC, has not put a foot wrong and defended Dowley in that first quarter. We'll be back with the action here at the Victoria Park, home of the Bannockburn Tigers, very shortly. Hope you're enjoying the call on night.